By the way, we're recording now.
Oh shit,
Yeah, fuck it, we're doing it, boys.
yeah.
Um,
Why not?
yeah, but I think that that's gonna be the main point is the idea that like because the content here is us, it's our personalities and how they interact with each other. So I
Yeah,
think that that's the main thing that we're gonna kind of want to fucking fix, not fix, but you know what I mean, like kind of
it's
show off.
something.
It is
It's
the main
something
selling point.
that will fix itself. Like you don't need to. You don't need
Exactly.
to work on anything. You just
Yeah.
sort of. It just sort of happens. You know.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think we'll do this like every week, like 30 minutes minimum. I think it would just be like enough time to, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to do like fucking 20 minutes because then I feel like that's not
It's too
enough
short.
content,
Yeah.
especially for a weekly upload. But I think a
hmm
week is a good amount of time between each episode. I'll run it for 30 minutes minimum and then cap it whenever we're like, yeah, we kind of have
Um.
nothing else to fucking talk about.
I mean, if it goes on longer, it goes on longer. You know.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's fucking swag. Also, what's good is because I'm recording this in OBS. Like if you like once your shit gets better, and you get into streaming, or if Kai like needs some help with some stream stuff, or fucking, you know what I mean? Like if anybody needs help with some stream stuff, I'm gonna like be able to actually understand this
Yeah.
and be like, oh, fucking easy. Here's what we do, bada bing, bada boom. But right now, obviously, this is about as basic as it's gonna get because I have the
You know the
fucking
basics basically. You know how to work it. You know how to
yeah.
run it basically. Yeah.
Like right now, I have no understanding, but obviously in time, it's one of those things that you just kind of learn out little tricks and shit.
But see, once
So
you learn that shit, like that's when the quality sort of ups itself a little bit. You know.
exactly.
It might be a little bit subtle at the start, but see after, our voices will be shining like the fucking rainbows.
Exactly. We're gonna sound like fucking Mariah Carey.
Fuck yeah.
Honestly, no hate against Mariah Carey, but fucking, can we just stop? Can we just stop fucking singing it? Like, I'm done with it.
Oh, the Christmas one that was filmed in like July.
In July?
It was filmed in July, yeah. That the song.
Wait, really? Are you fucking with me?
Yeah.
I
No,
thought you
no,
I thought
no,
you meant like this July, like it was a new song that had just come out.
no, no. See, like, are you talking about like All I Want for Christmas?
Yeah, the
That shit was filmed in July.
that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Dude, All I Want for Christmas is like it's a Christmas classic. You can't deny that.
It's a catchy song. Like you know you hear it, you
But
can't help but know the
I just
words.
fucking hate it. I think the reason I hate it is not because it's played during Christmas, because in Christmas you just have the tunes, but it was because I heard it yesterday. And we're recording this by the way on the 29th, and I heard it yesterday, and I was like, Christmas is over, and I'm not one of those people that's like, the holiday's over to destroy, but like, it's over.
Yeah.
We had Boxing Day. Now it's time to
It's
wrap it up. Like New
it's
Year's.
December still. That's the thing. It's December still. See people starting their Christmas shit the day after Halloween. You know, it's the exact same
Oh
thing.
my god, dude, fucking no. You have to wait till at least middle of November, then you can start getting Christmassy. Like,
Fucking Tesco's does it before Halloween even ends. They have their Christmas stuff up before it even ends.
dude, I think that's so hilarious though, because we literally are like, winter is so depressing that we've tried to make holidays for every season until January, and then January literally is just a shit month. Like, January
It
gets a
kind
bad
of,
name because January is a month where everybody tries to quit shit. Like, so
yeah,
January, because everyone has New Year resolutions, you're
yeah,
actively making your life worse because you're trying to like stop doing stuff and enjoy it as much. So like, just
yeah.
everyone must fucking hate January because it's like, I can't smoke, I can't eat shit. You know what I mean? Like, it just fucking blows.
And like
Whereas November, it's like fucking Christmas, Christmas, Christmas.
see from 2016 onwards, that's when January's started to go downhill because everyone was like, oh yeah, like 2020 gonna be such a good year. January, Logan Paul shit happened. You know all that stuff. Was that this year? The Logan Paul stuff.
Dude, I don't even remember what was this year.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
The certain
The
man in a
forest.
certain forest. Yeah.
Yes, because everyone's like, "Oh, it's gonna be such a good year," and then that started. See if Logan didn't make that video, we wouldn't have this fucking virus. That's what I say.
I. Oh, true, true, true.
Yeah,
You heard it. You heard it here first. Logan
it's
Paul
because
went to
he
the
started
suicide
it.
forest and got the fucking Wuhan bats. Bro, this.
Because
You know what I love doing?
that's what started it. That's the start of all the bad shit that happened throughout the year.
You know what I started doing? It was so funny. On Christmas, I just started texting people, being like, "Damn, this Corona thing's getting kind of serious, huh?" Just because everybody was expecting fucking Christmas messages, and they're like, "What do you mean?" Because especially here in Scotland, we've had it fucking on lockdown since the beginning. Like it's just been
Bro,
tight
we've
lockdown, and
got
then we
curfew
had
now.
like 10 days. We had like 10 days off, like just before Christmas, and then the day after we went straight back into lockdown again, and we're still gonna be in it until I feel like,
We've got a curfew now.
oh
Like
my god,
everyone has a fucking curfew.
oh
Boris
mate.
Johnson really turned around and said, "Alright, everyone, be in bed by 8 o'clock."
Wait, do we have a curfew?
There's a curfew, 8 p.m. Yeah, not allowed outside after 8 p.m. There's like police roaming the streets and shit. Like at you outside after 8 p.m. you get fined. I didn't realize the UK had a set bedtime like that.
Bro,
I
how
found
will
that
I
out
go to
yesterday
the pub now? Oh
because
my god.
I usually go for walks like at night, and I went for one and there was nobody out. And I was like, "What the fuck is this? There's no one out here." And I came back and I said to someone, and they were like, "Yeah, there's a curfew now." I was like, "What?"
I did
Like,
not
yeah,
know that,
after
and I
eight
was actually
p.m.
planning
There's
to
a
stay out today until like after
yeah.
8. Fuck me.
Like, could you imagine? Like, I didn't know that yesterday. Could you imagine I was out just enjoying my walk?
Oi,
Police
Kent, what are you
officer
doing out?
drives up beside me,
I'm
and
having
I
a
get
fag.
fined.
I'm having a fag, mate. Fucking get inside.
Yeah, just having a sick mate.
That
And he was
is
like, "Go home, or I'll fine you like £2."
police brutality fucking skyrockets because twats don't know how to.
Police brutality. They see you outside after 8 p.m. just fucking tease you.
That's hilarious as well because it's snowing here, so every cunt's outside, like making snowmen and stuff. So I just like to
Yeah,
imagine it's just like a man with a police baton just fucking destroying snowmen, being like, just
it's not
like,
even like they
just
think it's people
yeah. It's
because
like
they
they're
have like
extremely
clothes on.
racist to only albino people and snowmen. The intense racism.
The kids put like clothes on the snowman to make it like just because they like dressing up snowmen, but the police get confused and think it's people outside after 8 p.m. walk up with one of their batons and just back of the head.
Just
It
fucking
explodes. The kid sees it at the window, starts crying.
horrible imagery is like a SWAT teams are deployed to parks to just fucking demolish snowmen.
You ever see those
Several
videos
bodies
of
found, and it's just snow angels.
you ever see those videos of people blowing up snowmen with like cannons and stuff? It's like one of those. They just bring
The
fucking
fuck are
tanks
you
and shit.
talking about? What the fuck are you
You
talking about? No,
what?
I
You never
just like
seen
to
those
imagine
videos?
just like because I'm when you're saying cannons, I'm imagining like a fucking pirate cannon, like Jeffrey, please. The snowmen have been made. Now put in the blunderbuss. Now light the fuse. Yes, we're going to kill those bloody bastards. Oh, now get
Just
the
fucking
prosecco out and get the slave boys out here to clean it up. Like just fucking like some medieval man in his fucking manor house with 1,000 slaves, forcing them at gunpoint to make snowmen so he can blow them up later.
it's a pastime. It's like exquisite taste. Not everyone can get into it.
I just love that. Like I always forget that like they're like cannons still in use, like by
Yeah,
the like royal family and stuff. Like what's
yeah.
it
If
called
you
when
if you
the
if you're caught stealing a swan, the queen just fucking shoots a cannon at you.
that would be so funny.
It doesn't
Honestly,
matter.
that would sound like such a great flash game. It's just like you want to eat swan and you have to fight your way through the palace.
It doesn't matter that I live in Northern Ireland, away from the castle. See if I grab a swan, she knows, and there's a cannonball coming straight for me.
I like to imagine that's you know what it is? That's like a fucking mythological tale. Like you know how have you played God of War?
Yeah.
Like the newest one?
I haven't played the recent one though, but I've played like the other ones.
Is like have I spoiled to you what happens?
Fuck it, yeah, go ahead.
Alright, so basically at the end of God of War, there's this guy called Baldur, and Baldur cannot die, right? Unless he's touched by mistletoe, and then mistletoe takes away his immortality. And that's like what it is with the queen. Like she lives as long as the swans live. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like Horcruxes from fucking Harry Potter. You kill
If
it,
a
you're gonna
swan dies,
a
if a
swan
swan
is gonna
dies,
get
that's 7 years off her life. That's what it is.
no. Literally, that's what's gonna happen. There's gonna be like a swan that's gonna get like a fucking beer bottle like chucked at his head, and like die horribly, and the queen is gonna just like fucking wither, like Sandman from Spider-Man 3, just like start like dust particles falling off.
in the
Thanos
water.
fucking snaps, just like
See, if this one takes like a ball to the back of the head, the imitation of that pain goes on to the queen. So like the dent in this one's head also appears in the queen. She just fucking collapses on the floor.
genuinely believe that you know how it like there's that whole thing's like reptilian people exist,
Yeah,
and they're like it's actually just swan people. The queen and the queen's in charge.
yeah. This is all true, by the way. This is all real.
Yeah, this is all backed by science.
I
Backed
saw
by
a video,
facts
so it must
and
be true.
logic.
Someone on the internet told me about this, so it must be true.
I always love those fucking Ben Shapiro videos. Like,
Ah, bro, they're so good.
I love Ben Shapiro so much. He's so cool. I love that video. I just, I love Ben Shapiro when it's like, can I go to the restroom? And it's like, you cannot go to the restroom because it is fucking not. Jesus Christ, my brain just didn't work there. But I love how it's
Yeah,
like just college students that are just like asking a question and he just shits on them. I just like to imagine like him going to like a nursery and doing the same where it's like, hi, my name's Trevor. I'm in the fourth grade. And it's like, you're not in the fourth grade because you belong to the fourth grade. The fourth grade does not actually exist. It is not a people. Like, just him just fucking like ruining some child's life.
dude, I wouldn't put it past him if like he fucking like he did that and he turned around and just fucking uppercut the kid.
Ben Shapiro punches child in the face.
See, I don't like Ben Shapiro, but I like making fun of Ben Shapiro. That's what it is.
I love making fun of Ben Shapiro because he just looks like the type of dude that got stuffed into lockers as a kid.
Dude, he definitely has a punchable face.
Oh, it's just Queen Ben Shapiro. Stan Ben Shapiro. Imagine, imagine, imagine like Twitter talked about like alt right people the way that they talk about like K-pop, where it's
K-pop.
like
Yeah.
Stan Trump. Imagine just seeing a Ben Shapiro fan cam.
There's like a full fucking Ben Shapiro stan account on Twitter. That's gotta exist.
Oh, just some like the New York Times just posts a thing about like how Trump like hasn't paid his taxes and it's like don't care anyway stream like don't care anyway stream The Apprentice on NBC and then it's just a fucking Trump fan cam. Oh my god, I'd lose it. You go into a like Ludwig is cancelled on Twitter and it's just a bunch of people posting fucking like Dave Rubin being like oh,
I'm looking for like a Ben Shapiro fan account or you know.
I call him Ben Shapoopoo. Got him. I just like to imagine Ben Shapiro would just be destroyed by like eighth graders who are like, okay, penis Shapiro, and he's like, ah.
There's none on Twitter.
What? How is there not a fucking
How is there not like Ben Shapiro fan underscore 53 yet? You know,
yo? That's the new KKK fucking marketing scheme. They're gonna
with
start
the
making
underscore 53.
yeah. That do you think there's a KKK Discord?
Probably. Like if there is, it's probably not like it's probably satire. If there is, I wouldn't expect to go into a Discord with like that and then have people going like,
Dude, imagine
"You,
imagine you're
what color
like
is skin?"
you have a Kanye profile picture, you just get banned instantly.
It's a you know that image of Kanye with the Xbox controller. It's just that you get banned anyways.
You cheat the system with white Kanye. They don't realize.
White Kanye. That sounds cursed.
Fellas in Paris. Oh,
Who's in
you love
Paris?
Kanye? Who was in Paris? I was.
Uh,
Just
the
fucking starts
French.
flowing. Ascends. Dude. I love fucking meme humor so much because it's so dumb and I feel like now with how memes are like they always need so many levels to understand what the fuck someone is talking about.
Yeah, because some of them are simplistic. You get yeah, there's a punchline, like there's a build up punchline and stuff like that. There's delivery, and then some of them are just conflict, you know, and it still makes you laugh.
Exactly. Like Dude, that shit is just so funny to me because it's just like, oh my god.
Or I have a new personal favorite. It's the Goku drip, like the Goku with like wearing
Oh my
Gucci shit.
god. Yes.
So good,
Those drip
so good.
videos make me laugh so
Because
fucking hard.
especially like when he appears on the screen for like half a second,
Yeah,
but
it's like
you
da
know it's him.
da da da, and then he's like, oh. My
Or
favorite
there's
one is
there's a
the my favorite one is still there's a one of that that's very similar. It's of the Dio versus Jotaro fight, but it's like when he summons Star Platinum, but
it's
instead
just
it's literally just fucking Star Platinum but covered in drip, like with Tims and everything, and it's so fucking funny.
there's
My,
one there's it's just an image. It's just an image, but like over it, it's like one winged angel. Sephiroth's feet. It's just that.
oh my god, I
And it's
love
it's powerful.
one thing I've started to genuinely love with all my heart is those like, why don't you get among some bitches? Those make me
Yes.
fucking cry, dude. Those are
My
so
fucking
funny.
so my cousin was playing Subnautica today, and she was doing like the fabrication thing. Where like you make new like weapons or not weapons, like new parts for your base.
Hmm.
And I saw that she was fabricating stuff, and I was like, "How about you fabricate some bitches?" And she
I
was
just
like, "Bro, shut up, please."
I love those because it's like just because it's so fucking you can just get so fucking mean with them. It's like why don't you fabricate a better personality? Just fucking just like my favorite one is my friend loves playing Fortnite, and in Fortnite there's a thing called 90s, which is where you just like build and you cover. So you just like are constantly turning 90 degrees, so that way you're
Mm-hmm.
covering from all angles. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, you can do 90s. Why don't you do a 180 and get your life around, like turn your life around? Just like constant shit like that is so fucking funny because it's so stupid. It's like mom said do chores, I only do tasks, bitch. And
And
it's
it's
just
the Among
fucking
Us strip image.
it's just the fucking
Uh,
drip among us.
Dude, what was like, oh, you play Smash Bros. How about you JB4 stock yourself into a relationship?
Oh, you play Smash? Never mind. Just don't even go with the joke. Just fucking bye.
Oh, you play Smash? I don't want to associate with you. What's prison like, bro?
Prison any percent speedrun is like one of my favorite things. Where it's just like beyond scared straight episodes like sped up. And it's like
Weird, that's a thing. What? Like, we all scared straight, but it's like prison 90%.
yeah, it's like prison 80%, and it's just a gif of just like beyond scared straight, like where they enter the prison, and then it
Yeah,
just cuts them leaving the prison, but it's like sped up, so it's like they're like fucking speed walking into the prison and then walking out.
he got the world record. Uh, I gotta learn. I gotta learn the speedrun route for that one.
Tax evasion speedrun. It's kind of weird that if you do something, you technically get the speedrun. Like if you kill the queen, you get the speedrun for killing the
You get
queen.
the world record.
Yeah,
You
you
get the
own.
world record of 100 years.
I technically, I technically hold the world record for my own virginity.
True. True.
Like
Yeah, no one's ever gonna take that record from you.
exactly, because I never lose. I only take W's.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm still
Let's
a
fucking
virgin as
go.
well, like, so that's okay, because girls
We
will
all
take
know
care,
how
don't
much of
count.
a virgin Slay is. Big man.
Yeah, people like my ex might
People are
say,
like, I literally seen your sex tape on Pornhub, and like, you have a big cock, and you're
"Mm,
like, what? No, that wasn't
no, you
me.
didn't.
That
That
was
was that was
that was your arch nemesis, Strider Slay.
that was like
It was your
CGI or
arch
something.
nemesis, Mr. Strider.
Mr. Strider. Oh, sounds badass.
Mr. Strider. Dude, that sounds so
Lynn
fucking sick.
Negasley.
Oh yeah.
Do I
just,
like?
it's
It's like
just
the opposite.
I like to imagine it because you wear like very like dark clothing and stuff. So like
Yeah.
usually the thing with like a negative version is that they wear the inverse of you. So he would just be like this ethereal being wearing like only white, like bright white clothing, and
God,
like
that sounds ugly.
he's just it's just like a holy figure is turned up and he's like,
Yeah. So he's wearing white clothing, and like the opposite of blue is red, so he's got red hair as well, you know.
He just turns up and he's like, "I love the Queen." You're like, no. Oh my God! If he was
Starts pissing
negative,
around like Eve.
negative Slade just comes down from the heavens and he's like,
I
"Guys,
support
can
the
guys stop
Tories.
hating on Thatcher.
Come on, guys, it's not that bad.
It's not that bad."
Yeah, her grave makes a good toilet light. You know,
Sure. I think that's
you're on
always
the road
funny
trip, you need pee.
that
There she
like
is.
because I think I was talking to someone about Joe Biden and Kamala Harris because pretty much, as we all know, Joe Biden's about to get fucking shot in the back of the head on January 6th, the second he takes office. Um,
Yeah,
well, I don't even think they'll shoot him. I think they'll just like let him take 2 steps forward and his body will just like crumble because
he
his
just
skeleton
burns.
is made out of chalk dust.
He walks in the White House and he starts steaming up, but it's all right. He's just steaming up. As soon as he sits in the chair, he goes on fire.
He's gonna literally go into that chair, and he's just gonna fucking just like his head's gonna roll off his body. Like he's finally
No
going to
effort at
relax.
all.
Like the
Just
the tension of winning the election and becoming president is the only thing that's like keeping him alive. And then he's gonna be like,
yeah,
I can relax, and he's gonna, and then just fucking pass out from his
it's
old,
just
like decrepit body, and then Kamala Harris is gonna be in charge. And I think that's it's very funny because America has this thing of like, dude, a female president, and then we had like Thatcher, and we were like, maybe it wasn't the best idea.
but the thing is, you can't do worse than her.
I
You
don't
could do
know.
bad,
Boris is really
but you
trying
can't
to.
do worse. You could start an all-out fucking thermonuclear war, but at least you didn't take away milk
At
from
least
the
you're not a
primary school
woman.
children.
You know what I'm saying?
I guess.
I hate women. Fuck women. All my homies, fuck women.
I don't.
Oh, you don't have sex with women? What are you? What are you, a homosexual? What are you, in love with men?
When I mean, you weren't complaining when we
How dare you?
kissed
How
yesterday.
dare you be homosexual and not?
You weren't saying that when we kissed. I'm just saying you weren't
I
saying
hate
that when we kissed
homosexuals so
passionately.
much because I can't kiss
Yeah,
all of them
sure, buddy.
on the lips.
Yeah. True.
We've been doing this for 22 minutes,
True.
and so far we've talked about KKK Discord. and
We talked about KK at Discord kissing each other on the lips, Margaret Thatcher's grave and piss,
yeah,
and Ben Shapiro.
um,
This is a
this
good
is.
episode.
I feel like we should probably preface the next episode with, this is all satirical. This podcast means nothing, and anything we say isn't true. This podcast isn't like
I mean,
as my favorite podcast, Come Town, would say. This podcast isn't about teaching anyone opinions. This podcast is about being gay with your dad. This means nothing and like should not be taken without several fucking minds filled with salt.
I think that's a great thing to state because, see, even if we do say something that completely aligns with our political statements, no one's gonna know. Everyone's just gonna think everything we say is a joke.
Well, yeah, I think that this isn't the place to be like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think this is just
I'm not.
to.
I'm not gonna.
This is
I'm
shit
not gonna.
post the podcast. That's literally why it's
Yeah,
called the podcast because everything about this is dumb and stupid and supposed to just be about is fucking
yeah.
moronic. Hell,
This is a place
this
where
podcast is made by two fucking teenagers bored out of their
we're
minds. Like,
adults.
teenagers. We're physically teenagers with the mental attitude of a 13-year-old finding out about like 4chan for the first time.
I never used it.
I
My
used
first.
4chan only to look at Pokemon leaks, and it was still the funniest thing ever because I did not know about the rest of 4chan, and
My
because
was
I
that
was
like your first fucking view into the internet or whatever?
because the thing was I was one of those people that used like just YouTube, and I think it was like when X and Y was coming out, and somebody was like, oh, there was a 4chan leak, and I was like, oh, I want to see the 4chan leak because the YouTube video was something. So I went on 4chan Pokemon, I was looking at 4chan Pokemon, and like really interesting. And I was like, that's cool. And then I remember like when I did politics and crime, my teacher was
Mm.
like, alt-right website, 4chan, and I was like, never. It was literally one of those moments where I literally felt as if a camera just panned in on me, like the fucking Jim from The Office, where I just looked and I was like,
You just like
I just fuck.
you
I
look at
literally
nothing.
turned my head and was like, oh no. Uh-oh moment.
Yeah,
Um,
my first fucking dive into the world of the internet was Discord when I was 17. I'm not gonna go into like details of why I couldn't use the internet until I was 17, but just I first started using Discord when I was
yeah.
17, right? And I joined some servers and I made some friends with some very not good people who influenced me in such a way that I used to go on fucking other server and just troll everyone, like send pure fucking scat porn in general and stuff like that, just spam it all. We had like this bit called like Kirk, and we used to spam like Kirk's asshole up in general and get banned from so much servers.
Uh,
I was 17. I was like first of it. I found it funny as shit. See, looking back, it's still funny as shit, but I wouldn't do it again.
oh, I love that. It sounds like you're doing this story, but like, and that was wrong of me, and I've grown, and now you're just like, now that shit funny as fuck. Oh God, you ain't ever gonna lock me up. Fuck that bitch. Like,
Yeah, I wouldn't do it
I,
again
I
because
feel like that's me
I'm
as
an adult
well.
now. I'm grown up, but I still find it funny. See if I'm sitting in a server and someone decides to come in and do that. I'm gonna sit and watch everything unfold, and I'm gonna laugh my
I
ass
don't
off.
really
I'm gonna eat
care
the
if somebody
popcorn.
sends porn. It's only when it's gore, because gore can genuinely be like a trigger for people.
Yeah.
Like
Um.
no one's like, oh my God, he sent Spider-Man with a fat ass shitting himself. This has triggered a like post-traumatic memory. But if you send like someone that's getting their fucking like head chopped off, you know what I mean, like
Yeah, that's different. That's like
ISIS
pure fucking.
execution, then I'm like, oh okay, this
That's
is like
different.
an actual like. I feel like
We've
that's a
seen it.
war crime.
We've seen it. We've seen it before.
Yeah, I
With
feel
our
like
own
that's a war
eyes.
crime. I feel like showing like extremely graphic material is a war crime.
I think it depends on the context. Like if you're just showing like,
Imagine,
if you're showing,
imagine context.
yeah, like if you're going like sending people links to like Live Leak or something, like
No, I just
okay,
I like to laugh because you know those alt-right guys whenever like the news says something is like Charlottesville pro like dude has like run over people at Charlottesville, they're like what was the context, like what was the context, and that's what I like to
yeah,
imagine is like just like somebody like people being like Germany like has been found out to be gassing millions of Jews, and then somebody's like what's the context now, what's the
um,
context.
do you remember Reddit Watch People Die? It's not there anymore. They took it off. But did you ever go on it?
No.
I did, and I watched a fuckload of videos there, and it messed with my mind so much
Oh, that was kind
because I
of
was
like
that was a thing where you can click on the videos and you can watch like security footage of people like dying and shit. Like it would be like ran over or something. It would be getting crushed or something.
Yeah, no, I was I think I have watched it, but not because of me. Like my friend would always show me shit, and it was like always very horrific. Like I think one of the worst ones I saw was this like pedophile in prison getting stabbed with like I think it was like a broken shard of glass that they'd just been fucking stabbed with like a fucking thousand times,
I
and
was
that was like
I was
really
17.
raw.
I didn't know any better when I was 17, and
Yours
I
is
was
like
sitting there
17,
like
mine's like
this.
fuck that was like 3 years ago, so like 14, 15.
Yeah. So like I'm sitting there like this is horrible, but I can't stop watching. It's one of those things where like you see one and then
Yeah,
you watch more and then you watch another one.
I can't wait for all the lists you're gonna be on and for me to be interviewed because they're like, yeah, we believe this man is going to commit. This is gonna be the first
I'm
time.
not.
This is gonna be like the
See, if
first
I were
time
going to
where the
commit a
brown
crime,
guy
I would have
isn't
done.
gonna be the suspected terrorist.
I, I have that.
Dick, we're gonna go on a flight together, and you're gonna be the one that gets the random security check.
I have that energy, right? Just because I watched all those videos doesn't mean like I'm influenced by them. I know they're wrong, and thank God I haven't watched any since. Like it's been years,
Yeah,
but it really did fuck with my mind back then. Like I was like, "Holy fuck, these people died. Should I call the police? What's going on?"
I still think the worst was like uh in high school. I remember somebody showed me a video, and like I don't know why, but I didn't believe fisting was like a real thing because I didn't really watch a lot of like I don't really watch that kind of stuff. I remember somebody showed me a video of this guy getting fisted at like a gay porn convention. I remember I just lost my mind because I was like,
Give her a whole hand up there. What?
I genuinely
Since when?
remember. I genuinely remember like clenching my fist and bringing it up to my face and looking at how long it was and just being like,
Yeah. It
man.
really. See if you have big hands. Like you're gonna be looking at your hands and be like, what the fuck? Like, see, I have big hands compared to like the size of me. I'm 5'3", but my hands are big. You know.
Yeah, I get that. Like, I'm not that tall,
Uh,
but it's still weird.
yeah.
Like,
I mean, if we're on the topic, might as well say like, what was it like the first time you saw porn?
I think the first time I saw, well, I don't know. It kind of depends because I think the first time I saw porn was like just me looking at anime and then seeing hentai, like me being into
Uh,
anime and then being like,
I have. Like the first time I showed porn, my sister was like, "Yo, look at this." And I was like, "What?" She was like showing me a porn. I was like, why did you just show me that? Why did you come in here? Why did you come in my room and say, look at this, hand your phone to me, and make me watch that?
yeah, I feel
I
that.
want, if I want to watch that, I'm gonna wait until midnight when everyone's asleep. I'm gonna have the time of my fucking life. You don't come in here. I'm playing fucking Sonic Unleashed on PS3. I'm trying to enjoy myself. You don't show me that shit. That's the first time I saw porn as well. So it's kind of weird, like having a family member walk in and show you that. And you're like, well, at least I know what that is now.
Yeah. I think it's like it's kind of weird. I feel like porn is just like, even when talking to my friends about it, it's still like weird for me. I don't know.
I'm very like I don't really I'm a non-caring person like when it comes to that sort of stuff. See if you turn around and say like, let's talk about porn, I'd be like, all right, well, go for it.
Yeah.
Like I have the tendency like you see if I was in like a public bathroom or something and I forgot to lock the door and someone walked in and saw me, I'd just look up and be like, I'm in here. Like I have that sort of attitude where I just do not fucking care
Yeah.
until it's like midnight and then all the thoughts catch up to me and and then I'm like, oh my god, some stranger today saw me take a poo poo.
I still think it's wild. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like I think another thing as well is realizing that as a dude, there's a lot of creepy dudes out there and actively trying to not be that and like be the opposite of that. Because
Yeah,
I think I'm very lucky in the fact that I don't want to say I'm a nice guy, but I'm not like I'm fucking out here being weird. You know what I mean? Like I have enough social competence to realize like, oh, I have taken a joke too far, or have had people be able to be like, you've taken a joke too far here, and learn that process of being like, take things slow and figure out, where the lines are with people and like what you can joke about with them and stuff like that. And my friends are also like
when
that. Um,
when I was growing up, I didn't have much social life, again because personal reasons. So when I was finally able to go outside and stuff like that, uh, it was like it was like I skipped the tutorial basically on how to talk to people. So it took me a very long time to sort of get used to that sort of stuff. And I feel like I'm much better at it now than I was when I was 18. I mean, by 18 you should know how to fucking talk to people, but I didn't. I couldn't do anything. I was stuck inside for about half of a year until a friend who I hadn't spoken to in like 3 or 4 years asked me to hang out, and that's whenever I started to sort of get used to all this shit. Go out and say if I see someone in the street, I say, "What's happening, slut?"
yeah, I think I'm very lucky for the fact that it's like, how as a teenager you have things you obsess over.
Yeah,
Um, I'm very, very lucky that one of the things that I obsessed over was making sure that I knew how to talk to people because I just hated being so introverted and awkward.
you're talking about like fucking like useful obsessions. See when I was fucking see when I think of obsessions. See, like I'm autistic. I have like the special interest, so I would obsess over the special interest. Like, you know what I'm like with fucking Metal Gear Solid. That shit
No, I
means a
mean, like,
lot
I
to me,
also
so I'm
have
gonna
that.
talk
Like, with
about it.
Final
You know.
Fantasy VII, like, if you need me to, I can be like, okay, and the thing about Midgar is there's actually 8 sectors, and each sector is, you know what I mean? Like, I can do that as well,
The thing about
but,
Midgar's is a fucking piece of slice falls on top of everyone. Everyone fucking dies. You know.
amen, amen, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, but I was so badly wanted to learn how to be friends with people, and it's helped me, because, like, even right now, a friend of ours, well, you know Ashley, right? In
Yeah.
the server?
Yeah. Yeah.
She invited me to a group chat with some of her friends, and I joined that, and then like I became good friends with everyone there, and it was not difficult for me, and like I very much like obviously to my perspective, like I'm able to be like the center of the conversation, if that makes sense, and like really
Hmm.
become part of the friend group and work well with these people and interact with them, and I'm just like holy shit, like like it was not difficult, it was not awkward, like
That's where that's like that- that's where I come in and say like we're polar opposites when it comes to that because see even if I get invited to a group chat and I start to talk to people I'm like do they like me or are they just tolerating me, you know? I always have that fear of like am I being annoying by talking too much, you know? Am I being a fucking cunt without even realizing it, you know?
yeah, I would definitely say that like although I can talk to people, I'm always very apologetic. I'm always like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, oh, did I do something? Like when people say, like when I detect even like a little bit or like a slight bit of like, oh, like this isn't, happy-go-lucky, like fun times. I'm always like, did I do something wrong? If so, I apologize. Like I'm always so quick to apologize and like instantly react as if I've done something wrong, which a lot of people kind of either get annoyed by or they find weird. Because
No.
it's like a flinch. It's like I think somebody explained it to me recently, and they were like, you have the verbal version of when you go to like give someone a high five and they instinctively flinch, and you're just like, okay. And I think that's
Um
one thing that I definitely have.
I always get scared. I get scared. Like I have abandonment issues. Like there's been like two friends who have like just stopped talking to me for no reason, like deleted me off everything, and I'm just sitting here like, can I at least know what I did wrong so I can
That's the
learn
thing
from
that
that,
always scares me as well.
better
Is
myself
like,
as a person?
or like when you don't know what you did wrong, is always like worse than like because I hate not knowing what I did wrong. Because if I know what I did wrong, then like worst comes to worst, I can improve. But when I
Yeah,
don't know, it's like,
there's
oh,
differences between like if someone just stops talking to you for no reason and deletes everything, or if you just drift apart. Because I've drifted apart from people. Everyone like people drift apart all the time.
oh, I feel like
It's
that's
different
happening.
from just straight
That's
getting abandoned.
I genuinely feel like that's happening to me. Like with some of my close friends, I just feel myself just like a lot of people in our close friend group. I just like have no want to interact with them, which is weird because I've interacted with them like for I used to like send them so many messages a day and be like, hey, and like every single day, and now like I'm like, oh, I should interact with them.
The podcast. Sorry.
Uh, I'm sorry. Is the audio picked up? So it just sounds like you're doing subliminal messaging. You're just like the
Let's keep it in.
podcast. Oh
Let's
fuck it.
keep it
Of
in.
course we're keeping it
That'd
in.
be funny.
Fuck it. We're rolling.
Uh,
A with it. You know what I mean? Shitty's the game. The podcast is our
yeah.
name. You know what I'm saying? We're just gonna run it how it
I'll
is.
just send subliminal messages to like everyone listening.
Hey, the
Like
podcast.
every so often, I'll just
I
whisper
mean,
like,
that's actually even. I mean, if you think about it, that's swag
"Play
because if
Metal Gear Solid 3." You know?
pull my balls in your. um, That's cool. I mean, hell, the thing is good as well is that like in time we can use these as like voice clips if I get better with OBS and like when you upgrade your stream stuff and you get back into
Hmm.
streaming, then I can help you set it up and we can have it so like you can fucking just like call this shit and you know what I mean, like use this. It's like when you get a donation and stuff like that, you can. I don't know. I'm always
Oh
thinking.
yeah, yeah. Like I get a donation, and all you hear is like, "A podcast,"
Yeah, I
like
think that's one
ASMR
thing
fucking shit.
that has made me extremely hyped for this. Is like I don't think I'd want to stream if that makes sense. I think Like,
I have more fun making videos. I just have more fun making videos because there's more creative freedom that comes with that.
I think because people always say to me like, you should stream. Like, you have a very bubbly personality, and I'm very able to talk for just fucking hours on end. That's why I did a podcast in the beginning. Um, like you can talk, and you have that bubbly personality, and I very much have that kind of mindset of like, how do I turn like, this is the content, this is the roadmap, this is where I'm trying to get to, you know what I mean? Like, this is the fucking, like, what am I doing, and how to make the shit. This was always in my brain, is trying to figure out how to make the content better and stuff like that, especially with all my friends who are content creators. um but the thing is, I think genuinely, one thing that just always worries me about streaming, because like with YouTube videos, you don't need people there. Like, you can just upload a YouTube video, and you can upload a podcast, and that's it, and then in its own time it garners views, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But like a stream, you need people there. And I think that's one of the
that's
hardest things, is because you need like a good few cunts there to just like get it moving, because they
you
are.
can talk to them.
Yeah, I think again, that like in the Ludwig video that I watched recently, he made a very good point that chat is part of the Twitch experience, because it's a symbiotic thing where chat gets to enjoy the content and comment on it, and the streamer themselves gets to interact with the chat, and that gives them free content, which fills up the long fucking time, you know what I mean?
That's how people are able to stream for fucking hours. Like,
Exactly.
see, whenever I used to stream, when no one would come in, the streams would last like an hour because I just say fuck this. See, whenever I'm making YouTube videos, I'm commentating on something else. I'm not talking to people. You know?
Exactly. I think that's one of the things, is like, um with YouTube videos, like, you upload it and it's its own like isolated piece of content. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter if you watch it in like 2 years or if you watch it then. But streams are very much affected by how you watch it. If you watch it then and there, or if you watch it later. And I think that's kind of difficult, because it's hard to figure out like it's just one of those things. You know what I mean? Like, getting that snowball of momentum is very, very awkward. Um,
Yeah,
and I think especially when you're in the low views, when some, like, say you have like 3 viewers, and like two of them just are playing a video game, so they don't come in, you're instinctively like, fuck, 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 what did I do wrong? And that can be kind of the thing, because it's just more difficult, because a YouTube video just kind of is uploaded and is always available, whereas a stream is far more time constrained, and you're just like,
how long is this? How long has it been? How long has this thing been
it's
going on
about
here?
42 minutes. I think we'll wrap it up in about 3 minutes
Yeah,
or so. Um, just because I actually don't even know how big this file is gonna be, if that makes sense. So if it's a big file, then I might like have to get like a Google Drive and start uploading these into a Google Drive, and then be able to give
yeah.
these to you.
If there's a Google Drive, we can share it. You know, if we can share a Google Drive, that way it's easier.
Exactly, exactly. But yeah,
Another
I'll.
thing, we're not going to edit this, right? We're not going to edit anything
Oh
we
no,
say.
I don't think this is gonna be edited anyway. I've made it so your
No.
volume is slightly quieter than mine, but with how this is just how we're gonna upload it, because
Yeah.
I think the fact that it sounds so shitty and it's just so stupid is kind of
The
the
low
charm of it.
quality gives it a charm.
Exactly.
Exactly.
It gives it the authentic charm that helps like, you know what I mean? Like, fucking talk about it like we're some Oscar thing, where it's like, the authentic charm and shitty audio help truly emphasize the point that these are, young adults with not much understanding of the entertainment industry, and their push into it. You know, fucking, I don't know. I'm not fucking Anthony Fantano.
Yeah. Anyways, I think we should wrap it up then.
All right. Yeah. Fuck it. See ya next week then, I guess.
See you, sluts.